What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. I'm here on the Pooping Evolved server. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you hit that like button, leave me some comments, and subscribe if you're new. So I've done a lot of work on the base inside the lava cave, and let me show you. Boom. Look at all that. So basically what I've done is I went through and place down thatch and wooden structures, kind of like designing the base. Let me walk you through what my thought process is for this base. So you've already seen this area out here. So this will get replaced with metal eventually, and I did reconnect the water pipes right there. So I've got the big metal dino gate right there, and I've also got some of the metal railing. I do need to fill that in right there. And over here, I've got the pillars that are holding up that little structure. That is there is a reason for that up there. I'll go over that in just a second when I get up there. And let's see. So I did place down thatch foundations in this entire area. So basically every single place that could let me put down a foundation is what I did. And I used that as kind of a guide, but there are a few extra pieces that just kind of stick out and they don't really work. So like this, I'm going to remove this right here. That doesn't need to be there. And then like this one as well, that also doesn't need to be there. And I'm going to remove this one as well. So let's tear this one down. There we go. And I think this one over here can probably go away as well. So there we go. So now I've got a nice little kind of outline, a little base for the base. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, so there is going to be kind of like a theme going here. So I don't want to use just walls for the entire thing. I actually want to use a lot of the metal railing in order to make this place look kind of like it's, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, there are certain structures in like cities that house the I think it's like the big transformers and stuff like that. Like not the Decepticons or the Autobots. I'm talking like the electrical ones, and they're like in big metal cages and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. And that's kind of what I'm going for with like this right here. I'm going to replace this, obviously, with metal. And I'm going to put, like, a generator right here. I actually might put a couple of generators over here. Like, I only really need one. But I was thinking of maybe putting down, like, more than one just for, like, you know, just so it looks kind of neat. So it's, like, decorative. And I can put, like, a couple over here or something. And it'll be in, like, this big kind of metal cage. And it'll look pretty cool. So then over here, down here is going to be an area where people can put, like, sleeping bags and stuff. I'm hoping they can put sleeping bags on someone else's foundation. They might not be able to, in which case it might cause a little bit of a problem. I might actually have to destroy a little bit of this so that other people can put down sleeping bags down here. Because the whole point of this is so that I can make a pretty cool gladiatorial arena out in the lava. So over here is going to be where they can put all of their storage stuff. Oh wait, did that break right here? No, okay, never mind. I thought I might have destroyed that when I took down the top part. Did that actually break? That might have actually broke. Oh, you know what? I think it did. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me go to structures, thatch, and let me make one of these, and then I'm going to make a ceiling too. I don't know. Did I actually destroy this when I removed this? Did it actually destroy it? It might have. Hold on. Can I place this here? Let me go up top real quick and see if I can fix this. I don't remember if this was squared off. I believe it was. Oh, you know what? It's not going to let me put it there. I might actually have to put... Yeah, see, there was a foundation right there that allowed me to put this right here. So in order to have this little square, I'm going to have to either put some pillars or something, or I'm going to have to put another foundation below. Okay, that was an easy fix. I just ran that secondary level of ceiling. Like, if you look, you can see that there's actually 2 levels of the ceiling. So I ran the secondary level over to here, and then I put a pillar in the bottom one, and then I ran it all the way to the ground. And the reason why you put it in the lower layer is so that the pillar doesn't show up here. So that's all taken care of. Now, over here, this is the viewing area. So the PvP, the gladiatorial arena, is going to take place right down there. I don't really have a very good pointer, so we'll just use the pickaxe again. So right there is like the main area, and then it's going to kind of like go off over like and around here. So it's like going to be kind of in that area, and it's going to be made of metal, and there's going to be like little trapdoors and stuff, like the ceiling pieces with the trapdoors in it, but there's not actually going to be trapdoors there. Or maybe I will, and I'll like set it up to a keypad or something so that like it can be opened and closed during the fight. That would be pretty cool. So that's the idea right there. Now, I have a set of gear that is pretty good for dealing with temperatures, but because we're probably going to be fighting using like chitin or nothing, you know, just whatever, using that sort of crappy armor, the temperature, the insulation is going to be an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some air conditioners down here, so that way the people that are watching the fight aren't going to be like constantly overheating and have to worry about, you know, taking damage and stuff while you're not fighting. Now, the people that are in the fight, well, they're just going to have to deal with it. But the people up here in the skybox are going to have a nice, cool, relaxing view of people murdering each other above a pit of lava. So should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Now, I do have to go and start replacing some of this stuff here. So let me go and grab this. So I've got a bunch of the metal foundations here. I've also got a lot of the railing. So I'm going to start replacing this stuff, and I'm going to make sure that I have this entire place done before I actually put in like the wiring and stuff. So all right, so before I start replacing everything with metal, I do want to actually extend this a little bit more. So you can see that this is the bottom of this 2-piece ceiling right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right there, and then I'm going to drop this down, and it's going to go into the floor here. And I don't know if it's actually going to let me put it in there. It might not. No, see, it's not going through. So what I need to do is I actually need to demolish the floor right there. Then I can put this in. And now I need to actually go and craft some of the foundations again. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even do that. Hold on. Before I do that, let me make sure that this one is gonna work too. Because I did run into a couple of issues where I actually wasn't able to put the very, very bottom pillar on. Like the ground, like the snapping, it just wouldn't let it work. So let me remove this one here. And, oh, you know what? That's like right in front of the door. I don't know if I like that. I'm not really sure if I like, you know, it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. All right, so let's put this right here, and then we'll put that one right there. And you know what? I'm actually going to use the metal for the bottom one here. So let's see. Is this going to let me place it? And it does. Okay. Now, let's put the metal foundation in. Awesome. All right, I can go and replace the rest of it. No problem. So let's replace this one right here. Is it going to let me... Hold on, this one is a little bit... It should replace the bottom one. Oh, it did not let me place it. All right, hold on. Let me actually destroy this one. I don't have to worry about it actually making anything fall down because this isn't really a support system. It's just to make it look nice. So let's put that right there. Awesome, awesome. And there we go. Okay, nice. And now I can just go through and I'm gonna like replace each section of the pillar. I don't need to do that right this second. The wood is just fine for now. All right, so I'm ready to put the walls up, and you'll notice that I removed a lot of these foundations right here. The reason for that is because whenever you try to place a wall in between two foundations, it tends to be a pain in the butt. So you can see that like it's going back and forth between the two foundations. You have one foundation here, the other one here, and depending on which side you put it on will actually kind of mess up your build a little bit. So if you look over here, if I were to place the wall on this foundation that I've already removed, then it wouldn't have actually matched up with the ceiling. It would have been a little bit off to the side, and there would have been a little gap. So in order to eliminate all of that annoyances and that nonsense right there, you just get rid of that foundation. So then when I go to place this, I know that it's only going to be on this foundation, and I place it super easy. And then same thing with all of the walls. I can just put it right there. And the thing is I know that it's going to be perfectly lined up. I don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. I just put this right there, and this one is also going to be a wall right there. Now, when I go to place this door, also, I think it's kind of neat how the green light is, like, blocked because of the wall. But look at that. Did you notice that? Look, the green light is coming from over there, but there is no green light coming from this. So this doesn't seem to actually generate the light. It's only that one over there. Kind of neat. Or maybe, you know what it might be? It might actually be because of like the time of the day. Maybe the green light actually moves depending on like if it's daytime or nighttime. I don't know, but it is kind of neat how this one doesn't actually give off any green light. So now I need to place this one. Unfortunately, I already placed the metal one, so it's going to be a little bit more annoying. So now I have to, like, make sure that it matches up. Because, see, like, it's on the wrong one right now. And now it is on the correct one. So hopefully when I place this, it doesn't jump around on me. It did. It did! It did! See? That's why you got to do it. Oh, man, that is so annoying. That is not where I placed that at all. The green little outline did not place it there at all. All right, you know what? Let me get rid of this door frame too, because I think this one might be causing some problems with it. So that is lined up. All right, you guys are the witnesses. That is lined up. You can clearly see it is correct with the other wall. Let's place it. And all right, so it matched up this time. Good. All right, so I need to get a bunch more of the cementing paste, and I've been using the frog. I've been thinking maybe about building kind of a little beaver dam kind of farm area, but I'm not really sure where I can do it. I can probably put it in that pond right there, but I don't know. Right, so I need to go collect a bunch of cementing paste in order to work on the base. And before I do that, I'm actually going to upgrade the saddle here on the frog. So the saddle that the frog is currently using is just a primitive one. And I made this just, with my own engrams and stuff. But XB found a Mastercraft frog saddle. And this is 76 armor, so goes from 25 to 76. Now on this frog, I think it was like a 112 or 116, and I tamed it out. The only thing I've increased on the frog is melee damage, so I never bothered to increase. I don't think I increased the health at all. I might have a little bit, but the saddle will actually make it way, way easier to farm all the bugs and stuff and not have to worry about it. So let's see here. I need to get 460 of the wood. Oh, that's convenient. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. Awesome. And let's craft this. That's going to use up a lot of materials. Look at that, 2,600 hide, 1,450 plus fiber, 460 wood, only 76 cementing paste. That's actually pretty cheap. So this is a pretty cheap Mastercraft saddle. I mean, it requires a lot of hide and a lot of fiber, but that stuff is like super, super easy to get. So there we go. And let's swap this out. Bam. There we go. Way, way more armor. All right, I gotta go and collect a bunch of cementing paste. Man, this is definitely coming along pretty nice. I went back up to the top base, grabbed a whole bunch more materials. So let's try to get this wall up and running. So I think I need another... No, I don't need that right now. And let's grab that. And that should be good for right this second. So let me get some of this wall in place here. There we go. And... oh, hold on. Let's come in here and get this up like that. And then this one right like so. Awesome. And throw some doors in here. There we go. I don't really need the doors. They're just kind of like decorative. Like, I'm gonna leave the doors open probably all the time anyways. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, let me unlock them. Because just in case someone else comes over here or something, I don't want them to get accidentally trapped inside the base. So let's unlock the doors and let's see. What else do I need to do right this second? Hold on. I gotta put this one up top there. There we go. Awesome. All right. So there is still a decent amount of work that I'm gonna have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I kind of like leaving it open like that. Although, unfortunately, this isn't quite the right height. So I might actually move that up one. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's go and grab some of these. I kind of like the 3 height on this fence here, but in the middle, it doesn't quite work. Now, the other option would be is if I just take out this right here, but I do kind of want to keep this secondary door here. So let's see if I put this right here. Okay, so that is the correct height, and I could bring this over here, but then I would have to bring everything else up to 4 in order to make it look right. Well, I guess I wouldn't have to bring this one up to 4. I could probably leave that one there. So the options are to either drop this down 1 or bring this up 1 more. You know what? I think I'm going to bring this up 1 more because I do like how that middle part looks. And this, yeah, that looks a lot better. So, like, with this, you can jump and you can, you know, you can kind of look over it a little bit. But now, look at that. Now it's like, oh, yeah, that is definitely fenced in and you are not going to get in there. So, I do like that. Oh, no. Oh, man. Look at that. It just barely goes over that. So that is actually like the perfect height, and I think that is about as high as I'm gonna go with that. Oh, I ran out. Darn it. All right. You know, speaking of the water pipe, though, I do actually need to tear this down. So, well, first of all, let's get a nice drink of water. There we go. Lava water. It's the newest thing, guys. It's great. Lava water. All right, so I'm going to destroy that, and I'm going to start destroying some of this water pipe as well. Let's just get rid of all of this right here. Because, see, this doesn't quite... It doesn't quite match to, like, where I want it to go. You know what? Actually, hold on. I can destroy this one. And then let me actually go and craft, because I need to make a vertical pipe right here. And what does this require? That requires wood. Okay. And it also requires a lot more stone that I don't... Oh, yeah, that's right. Because those pipes don't have much stone at all. It's only a couple stone that you get back from each of those. So let me grab some of the wood out of here. And then I gotta grab the RG. We're gonna go and mine some stone real quick here. Hopefully I don't get attacked by a... Oh my god, there's so many bats around here. There's so many bats. Is there any stone over here? There is not. Alright. Let's see if I can do this without being attacked. How much stone do I need? I need only 10. Wow, really? That's... I could have just destroyed another stone pipe and I would have been fine. Alright, whatever. Well, I've got plenty now. You know what? Let me go and grab some more from here, too. You stay over there, bats. You stay over there. I'm watching you. All right. So I've got plenty now. Let's crap that up there. All right. So I'm gonna put the water tap in a new location. I was thinking maybe of putting it behind that fence right there. But I don't know. I think putting it out here would be a little bit better. So, like, let's see here. If I take this, and let's take that right there. So if I take this, I can put that down right there. And that is a pretty good spot for it because it's right in front of, like, where the railing will be. It's right in front of it. Now, the other alternative is I can put it over here. And that is in a pretty good spot, too. This also works right here if I put it right there. Because this is kind of like the little sleeping area where the sleeping bags and stuff are going to be, if somebody needs a drink, they can come out here and get it. But the problem is there's no real quick way to get in there. I guess you can just drop down here if you really need to. So should I put it in here or should I put it out here? Decisions. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to put it out here. So let's drop this right. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me destroy this pipe. You know, if I don't like it, I can always go back and just put another one. Or, you know what I could do? I could just put both. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. I'll just put both. So I'm going to put one right there. You know what? I could do it because I've got plenty. So I'm just going to put both. You know, I was thinking, you know, maybe I should just have the one, but whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. So let's put that there. Oh, you know what? I do need to craft one more vertical too. So let's get this out of here. Get that out of there, put that there. All right, so let's reconnect this. I'm gonna put that right there. And then I will put, I could actually put this up here. Nah, that doesn't look good. Let's just drop it down. So do I want to put it right here? Yeah, we'll put it right there. And then I'm just gonna snap that. There we go. Perfect. Now I've got water in multiple locations. This is gonna be fenced off, by the way. So there's gonna be like metal fence. Ooh, yeah, see, that's why there's gonna be metal fence, because I don't know if you can actually fall down that hole. You might be able to. I really don't want to try it out. So this actually works pretty well. I like this. And if you're wondering, like, why don't I put a door right here? I kind of like this being like gated off. I want you to have to go into here and then through here in order to kind of get back here. You know, or you could always just walk up the ramp and then jump off too. That would work. You just do that. Just do that if you want, I guess. If you're a savage and you want to just like jump off of there, that's fine. I suppose that works. All right, so I like that water tap there actually. So that looks pretty cool. I actually might want to raise the height of this a little bit. Yeah, maybe it's fine. I think it's fine. All right. Well, anyways, guys, I think this is coming along really, really nice. I hope you'll like it. If you do, please hit that like button. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're new. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.